My dad was like, "Why are your eyes so dark?" And I'm like, "That's just how my face is." So we're off to a great start. Hello, friends, and welcome back to another Tea and a Chat. Today, I wanted to actually just chat with you all. We're not answering questions today, we are just hanging out, having a conversation. I posted on my Instagram probably a few weeks ago now that I was gonna make a video talking about my time in the hospital. So I figured I would share that with all of you because it's something that has had a big hold in my life. I've been in the hospital multiple times and I just wanted to chat about that with you. My tea is too hot to drink, but I'm gonna save it for later. So it might be kind of rambly. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I just wanted to share my personal experiences about being in the hospital and what that has been like throughout my life. The first time I was ever in the hospital was when I was 13 years old, um, for anorexia. I've been struggling with anorexia since I was about 10 years old, but I was officially diagnosed when I was 13. Um, I went to the University of Alberta Hospital. They have an eating disorders program there, and it was terrifying. I'm not from Edmonton originally. I grew up in a small town in rural Alberta. So for me being so young, leaving my parents, all my friends, my school, to go to a city that I've never lived in before, to stay in the hospital, was a very overwhelming experience. I might just focus on my first time being in the hospital because I've been in the hospital a lot, like I said. So to make this video a little bit shorter, I might just focus on my first time there. So, like I said, I was 13 years old, recently diagnosed with anorexia, and living in a city that I have never lived in before. It was really scary. I didn't really know what to expect when I first got there. Technically, okay, I'm going to go back a little bit. Technically, my very first time in the hospital was at Red Deer Hospital because when I got diagnosed with anorexia, I got sent to Red Deer Hospital first because that's what was the closest city to where I grew up. And they had a room for me there. So they sent me there. But they said that I was too serious of a case, so they had to move me to a specific eating disorders unit. When I was in Red Deer, I was just in like a general use psychiatry unit, and they were definitely not equipped for eating disorder patients there. So they sent me to Edmonton, and that's what I'll be focusing on mostly in this video. I remember I knew that I wanted help. Being 13 years old, I didn't really have a lot of choice in the matter because I was very, very sick and I knew that I needed to get help. I don't know if I was quite ready for the process of recovery itself, but I knew that I didn't want to continue living the way that I was. But recovery was also absolutely terrifying for anyone who struggled with an eating disorder. I hope you can get that like weird feeling of in between of like, I want to get better, but I don't want to take the steps to get better because it's hard and scary. And sometimes it's just easier living in the illness itself. So that's how I was feeling on my way to Edmonton. I was like kind of ready to get help, but also kind of like, screw this. I don't want to live in a hospital. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Despite everything, I actually have quite a few positive things to say about my time in the university hospital. It was a hard time, but most of the nurses were super great. I remember not even the nurses, but like there was this one cleaning staff lady. who would come in my room every morning, and she was just the absolute sweetest. I don't remember her name, which is really sad, but she would come in every morning and she'd be like, "Hello, beautiful girl. How are you doing today?" And it just made my day. I looked forward to the mornings because I got to see this cleaning lady, and it was honestly like the highlight of living in a hospital. If you've ever lived in a hospital for an extended period of time, you'll know it's not fun. No one wants to be there, but like it just warmed my heart every morning. And every morning was already difficult to begin with because I had to go get my meds, go eat breakfast, do these things I don't want to do. But just having that like small interaction with someone made it so much better. I was in the hospital, I want to say like 9 or 10 months in total, which was a really long time to be away from everything. I missed a lot of holidays. I was there over Christmas. Um, I was there over New Year's. A lot of things that I missed out on, and that was probably the most difficult part, just like being away from my friends and family that much. Luckily, my parents and my brother were super fantastic through the whole process. They come and visited me a lot. I had cousins and other relatives that came to visit me, and I'm very thankful for that. But it's still hard being a teenager, a moody, angsty teenager, on top of having an eating disorder. Um, it was a really weird time, mentally and emotionally, as you can probably understand. But honestly, I think I had the best experience I possibly could have. I know other people who have been through the system, and the mental health system in general is not a great time most of the time. There's still a lot of work to be done on it. So I do count myself as um, very thankful that I was able to have better experiences. I've been in the hospital other times that were not good experiences in like general psychiatric units, but for my time in the eating disorders unit, honestly, I think it was the best experience I could have had. The other cool part, not really cool, but like something that was good about the university hospital is they have a school. It's just a little like 2 rooms. They have like an elementary side and then a junior high school. And honestly, that was such a big lifesaver for me as well. Getting to actually leave the eating disorders unit every day and getting to go to school. It was a good experience because it got me off the unit, and it also got me able to connect to other teenagers and kids who are in the hospital, which is a really difficult thing to experience. But honestly, I think it made us all appreciate each other so much more, getting to go through this really difficult time together, but like just getting to be kids again and having fun and playing around. We had a talent show. I did the hula hoop. It was honestly like another big highlight of living in the hospital, which when you're in the hospital, you have to look for these little highlights because it makes it worth so much more. So that was another really big positive, just getting to hang out with other people my age. Because I was away from all my other friends, my school friends. So getting to be there with them made such a big difference. I feel like this video is already too long and rambly. I don't really know what else to say. I might make another video about like actual eating disorder recovery. This video is more about like what it was like living as a teenager in the hospital. So if you have any questions about what it was like being in the hospital, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer all of them. I generally love like interacting with all of you, so please ask questions. I encourage it. I highly encourage it. Yeah, let me know anything that's on your mind. I'm an open book. So, yeah, this is my weird, rambly video about being 13, living 2 hours away from my parents in a hospital. So, um, I always ramble on in my videos. I'm still figuring it out. It's okay. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down below. I'd love to answer them. And yeah, I guess that's it. Again, I'll make another video actually about like eating disorder recovery because I have a lot to say on that subject. But for now, this is the end. I will see you all next Wednesday with another video. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I very much value it. So, see you next Wednesday. Have a good week, everyone. Bye.